You see them every single day, on your phone screen, glowing with notifications, in the architecture of your city, on towering skyscrapers, ancient monuments, and everyday street signs, in the logos of brands you trust and admire, big corporations, small startups, and everything in between, in religious art, paintings, sculptures, stained glass windows that tell stories beyond words, on television, in movies, in music videos, embedded in the visuals and symbols that shape your cultural landscape. And yet, despite their omnipresence, you often don't really see them. You glance at these symbols, these icons, these emblems, and dismiss them as mere decoration or design. But beneath their surface, they carry messages, hidden codes, gateways into deeper meaning. What if I told you that these symbols aren't just random? They aren't accidental or purely aesthetic. They are deliberate constructions, tools used by those who understand their power to influence, to control, and to awaken consciousness. These are secret symbols, not because they are physically hidden away. No, they are right there in front of you, but because their true meanings have been lost, obscured by time, or deliberately erased by those who wish to keep certain knowledge concealed. Once you begin to understand their language, once you learn to decode these symbols, you start to see the world differently. The veil lifts. You realize that reality itself is built upon symbols, archetypes, patterns, and sacred geometries that shape our perceptions and beliefs. And those who understand how to wield these symbols, how to interpret and embed them, have the power to influence the collective consciousness and shape the course of history. So, today, let's embark on a journey to decode what's been hiding in plain sight, to uncover the hidden language of symbols that surrounds us every day. What is a symbol, really? At its core, a symbol is much more than an image or a picture. It is a condensed form of consciousness, a compressed message that carries layers of meaning. Think of it as a shortcut, an encoded message that bypasses the logical, analytical mind and speaks directly to the subconscious. When you see a symbol, your subconscious receives it instantly. It plants ideas, triggers memories, and awakens archetypal forces that exist deep within your psyche. This is why symbols are so powerful. They communicate directly with the part of you that is beyond words, beyond reason. Throughout history, spiritual traditions, secret societies, ancient architects, and even modern corporations have used symbols for thousands of years because they speak the language of the soul. Symbols transcend language barriers. They are universal. They connect us to collective memory, to divine truths, and to hidden knowledge that has been passed down through generations. Because of this, symbols hold power. They can inspire enlightenment, manipulate perceptions, or reinforce societal structures. They act as keys, unlocking doors to understanding or control. One of the most recognizable symbols in the world is the eye in the triangle, the so-called all-seeing eye. You've seen it on the US dollar bill, in pop culture, on architecture, and in countless movies and artworks. But where does this symbol originate? Its roots go back to ancient Egypt, specifically to two powerful symbols, the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra. These eyes represented divine protection, royal authority, and spiritual insight. They were considered gateways to higher knowledge, symbols of the divine watchfulness over the world. In its purest form, the all-seeing eye signifies divine omniscience, an all-knowing presence that sees beyond the surface, spiritual awakening, the opening of the third eye, inner vision and enlightenment, and higher consciousness, being aware of the interconnectedness of all things. Over time, this symbol was co-opted by secret societies like the Freemasons, who embedded it into their rituals and iconography. It appeared in government insignias, corporate logos, and media, subtly reminding viewers of a hidden order watching from above. Why? Because even if you aren't consciously aware of it, your subconscious recognizes its power. It whispers of divine insight or covert surveillance, depending on who is using it and for what purpose. To some, it represents enlightenment, knowledge kept secret from the uninitiated. To others, it signifies control, an omnipresent eye watching your every move. Its meaning varies with context, but its influence remains undeniable. Next, consider the pentagram, a symbol that has suffered much misunderstanding and fear-mongering. Often associated with the occult or Satanism, the pentagram's true meaning is far richer and more nuanced. The upright five-pointed star is a symbol of the human being, head, arms, and legs, embodying the divine form. It represents the five elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, fundamental aspects of existence. It embodies balance and harmony between matter and spirit, body and soul, and is a form of sacred geometry. Ancient Greek mystics like Pythagoras revered the pentagram as a symbol of divine proportion, a perfect harmony of mathematical ratios that underpins creation. But why the demonization? Because historically, when knowledge becomes feared or hidden, it often gets distorted. The inverted pentagram, turned upside down, symbolizes reversal. It's associated with materialism, ego, and chaos, distorting the sacred order into a symbol of imbalance. The key point: the meaning depends on intent. When used with respect and understanding, the pentagram is a symbol of divine harmony. When misused or misunderstood, it can be seen as a symbol of chaos or evil. Few symbols evoke as much paradox as the serpent. To some, it's a deceiver, embodying temptation and evil, as in the biblical story of Eden. To others, it's sacred, representing transformation, healing, and divine wisdom. In Hinduism, the serpent, Kundalini, is a potent symbol of spiritual energy. It's a coiled force resting at the base of the spine, waiting to rise through the chakras, awakening enlightenment and higher consciousness. In ancient Egypt, serpents adorned crowns and amulets, symbolizing royal knowledge, protection, and divine authority. The caduceus, a staff entwined with two serpents, is still used today as a symbol of medicine and healing, representing the balance of opposing forces, life and death, chaos and order. Why is there such confusion? Because the serpent embodies raw power, raw, primal energy. When used with integrity, it heals, transforms, and awakens consciousness. When misused, it deceives, destroys, and enslaves. It's not inherently good or evil. It simply reflects consciousness in motion, an agent of change. The cube is one of the most mysterious symbols in existence. It appears across religions, in corporate logos, in science fiction, and in architecture. Its presence is both profound and perplexing. We see it in the Kaaba in Mecca, a sacred cube-shaped structure that millions walk around in pilgrimage. In theories about Saturn and other celestial bodies, like the idea of the Saturn cube, it's linked to cosmic mysteries. In design, tech logos, and avant-garde architecture, the cube signifies modernity, containment, and the physical realm. But what does it truly mean? The cube represents matter, physical form, the structure of reality itself. It's a symbol of containment, the vessel that holds the soul within the physical universe. It also symbolizes the unfolding of space, each of its 6 sides representing dimensions of reality, with the center acting as the point of origin, or the hidden core. In esoteric teachings, the cube embodies both limitation and transcendence. We live inside the box, confined by physical laws and societal structures, but our true essence longs to break free, to transcend the boundaries of form and reach higher realms of consciousness. You've probably seen the black and white checkerboard pattern in Masonic lodges, palaces, luxury brands, and fashion runways. It's a powerful symbol of duality, light and dark, good and evil, masculine and feminine. This pattern embodies polarity, the fundamental opposites that give shape to our experience. It's a reminder that life is a dance of contrasts, and mastery lies in navigating these opposites without falling into division or chaos. The checkerboard is also a symbol of the initiate's journey. To move across the board, step by step, without being trapped in duality, is the path of spiritual awakening. It's not about denying darkness, but integrating it, finding harmony in the union of opposites. This isn't some conspiracy theory. It's an ancient teaching that understanding duality is essential for growth. Only through balancing light and dark can the soul evolve. Look closely at the galaxies swirling in the night sky, the seashells spiraling in the ocean, the fingerprint patterns on your fingertips, or the ancient cave art etched into stone. The spiral is everywhere. It's one of the most universal symbols of growth, expanding outward from a central point of evolution, continual transformation, and the expansion of consciousness, moving inward and outward simultaneously. The spiral represents the never-ending journey of becoming, the unfolding of the self across time and space. There are no straight lines, no shortcuts, only the ongoing process of transformation, refinement, and awakening. When you see a spiral, you are witnessing the universe in motion. You are seeing yourself, your own journey of growth, repeating in the grand pattern of creation. Now, here's where things get intriguing and a bit uncomfortable. Many of the most famous brands today incorporate symbols that have roots in ancient occult traditions. They aren't necessarily spiritual, they're strategic. They're designed to influence your subconscious and embed certain ideas at a cultural level. Let's look at some examples. Apple, representing the forbidden fruit, knowledge, and temptation. Nike, the wing of the goddess of victory, embodying triumph and divine inspiration. Amazon, the arrow stretching from A to Z, like a magician's wand, or a symbol of limitless potential. Starbucks, the twin-tailed siren, an echo of ancient sea myths, representing allure, mystery, and the call of the unconscious. Toyota, layered ovals forming hidden numbers and letters, an example of how symbols encode multiple meanings within a simple design. These aren't just marketing tricks, they are sigils, symbols of intent infused with energy. They're designed to resonate on a subconscious level, influencing perceptions and behaviors. When billions of people see these logos repeatedly, their subconscious absorbs the messages, shaping culture, values, and beliefs. This is modern magic, an invisible force that guides consumer behavior and societal norms. Numbers are not just quantities, they are qualities. Ancient and sacred traditions recognize this. Numbers have vibrations, energies, and meanings that go beyond counting. In numerology, for example, 1 represents unity, the source, the beginning. 3 signifies creation, balance, harmony, the triad of mind, body, spirit. 7 is mystical, related to the 7 chakras, the 7 heavens, spiritual awakening. 12 embodies cosmic order, zodiac signs, months, the cycles of time. These numbers appear everywhere: architecture, sacred texts, rituals, and even in the patterns of nature. Those who understand their meanings can encode messages into their creations, buildings, stories, or events, using the vibration of numbers to influence consciousness. Numbers are the language of the universe, an ancient code waiting to be decoded. Because the most profound truths are never forced, they are discovered. Symbols serve as invitations, callings to look deeper, to ask questions, to remember what has been forgotten. They act as keys, unlocking hidden knowledge and awakening awareness. Those who rule through fear often hide truths in secrecy, but those who seek wisdom prefer transparency. They embed it openly, trusting that the true seeker will find it. Remember, only the curious, the awakened, and the prepared will see the hidden messages. Only those willing to question reality will decode the symbols that surround them. You don't need secret societies or hidden scrolls to learn this language. All you need is curiosity, an open mind, and a willingness to see beyond the surface. Start paying attention to recurring symbols in your environment. Notice patterns in architecture, design, media, and art. Ask yourself, what is being communicated beneath the surface? Study the symbols of ancient cultures. What do they represent? Feel their resonance, not just in your mind, but in your body. Notice how certain symbols make you feel aligned, curious, uneasy, inspired. Ask, what is this symbol trying to awaken within me? Because symbols are not just descriptions, they are creators. They shape your reality, your beliefs, and your experiences. When you learn to read their language, you gain the power to shape your own destiny. And the most sacred symbol of all is you. Surrounded by symbols every day, you might overlook the greatest one of all, that you are a living, breathing symbol. Your life is a story encoded with meaning. Your choices, your pain, your joy, all of it weaves a tapestry that reflects your inner journey. You are the spiral, the eye, the rising sun, the seed waiting to sprout. When you begin to see through the surface, when you sense the invisible patterns underneath, your awareness expands. You awaken not just to the symbols around you, but to the divine symbol within you. You are not merely decoding the world. You are part of the code. You are the living manifestation of the universal symbols. Your existence reflects the sacred patterns of creation. And here's the truth. The sacred isn't hidden. It's right here, in plain sight, waiting for you to recognize it. In every moment, in every breath, in every experience, you are the key to the universe's deepest secrets, waiting for you to see. If this exploration into the hidden symbols around us resonated with you, I invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected and continue uncovering the mysteries that lie just beneath the surface of everyday life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It helps spread this knowledge to more curious minds like yours. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share your insights or questions. What symbols have you noticed in your life? Have any stories or discoveries to share? Let's keep the conversation going. Remember, the journey to awareness is ongoing, and together we can decode the world's greatest secrets. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to exploring more mysteries with you in the next video.